We're going to start our lesson. We're on lesson 2 today. And lesson 2 is about the number line and ordering and rounding whole numbers. Okay? So we're going to start on page 7, 2A, the number line and ordering. Alright, you guys have seen a number line before, I'm pretty sure. So you guys know when you've got a number line, which numbers are to the left and which numbers are to the right. Let's start with left. Which numbers are to the left? Portia, which numbers are to the left? Which numbers are going to be to the left? If my 0 is right in the middle,
The negative number.
the negative numbers. Beautiful. So this way it's all going to go negative. And Damon, which way is going to go to the right? Positive. Good. Positive. Okay? So you guys have seen the number line. So how do I label my negative ones? Destiny, how do I label my negative ones? If my 0 is here, what do I do first?
Negative 1.
Negative 1? Do I go here?
Next to 0.
Next to the 0. So we're going to start close. Then what?
Negative 2.
Beautiful.
Negative 3. Negative 4.
And so on and so forth, right? Alright, so what about to the right of the 0? Tamika, what happens to the right of the 0? Mom told us it was positive, so how am I going to label it? How am I going to label? Over here? Nope, right next to it, right? Again, I think you guys know this, I just want to make sure we review, okay? So, give them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you guys ever want to use graph paper for a number line, please let me know. I've got some graph paper, I can give you a sheet, okay? Little pieces, staple it together, how you want to do it, okay? Don't feel like you have to draw it every single time if you want to do it on a piece of graph paper, okay? Alright, so we've got our positive numbers and our negative numbers. And every positive number has an opposite negative number, right? So what's the opposite of 2? The opposite of 2 is going to be, Destiny, I think I heard it. Make sure we raise our hand.
Negative 2.
Portia?
Negative 2.
Negative 2. Okay, so the reason they're calling it the opposite is because of the distance it takes to get there. So you went a positive distance. If you go the same negative distance, you're at negative 2, right? So what's the opposite of 4, Iman? Negative 4. Beautiful. What's the opposite of 5 with Jamaica? Negative 5. Portia, I'm going to trick it up on you. What's the opposite of negative 27? Positive 27, exactly. So the opposite, it gets the opposite sign, same number, same distance from that 0, okay? So that'll be helpful when we talk about absolute values later on. Again, just throwing some things out there so you guys know kind of why we're looking at that now. As we add and subtract positive and negatives, we'll get to that down the road too, okay? Beautiful. So you guys see your number line? And we call that also, okay, so the number line, we can graph plots on here, right? Graph points on our number line. So if I told you to graph 2, what would you do? What would you do if I told you to graph 2? Come on. What would you do? Any ideas? If I wanted you to represent 2 on there. Help them out, Portia?
I think you'll go up 2.
Go up 2, and what do?
Flat. Look at that.
So it's just a simple dot. If I say plot 2, you just put a dot on 2. Easy enough, right? Plot negative 3, what are you going to do, Jamaica? Put a dot on negative 3. Exactly. Okay? So that's as simple as that is. To represent a number on the number line, we just give it a dot. Okay? Questions on that? Think you guys are good? Alright. So, we have example 2.1. Let's look there. It says use a number line to arrange these integers in order from the least to the greatest. Okay? So we've got our number line. I'm going to erase our other junk on it. Okay? Take away the hints for you. So, how are we going to figure out how to arrange them? And it says to put them on a number line. So what do you guys want to do first? You've got 3, negative 4, 0, 1, and negative 2. What do we want to do first?
Put the 4 in the 4 would be the least.
Okay, make sure if it's got this little thing in front of it, make sure you say that word.
Negative 4.
The negative 4, okay? So -4 is first. What do you want to do with it? It tells us to use a number line to arrange these integers. So what it wants you to do first is to actually plot these numbers on this line, like we just practiced. Okay? So Jamaica will start taking the -4 for us. Where do you want to put that -4?
In the back.
In the back, all the way to the left. And we'll put a big dot. All right? Destiny, what do you want to put next?
-2.
Okay? -2, where does that one go?
On the -2.
On the -2, we give it a big old dot. Portia, what's next?
1.
Okay. Where does that one go?
It's positive.
It's positive, I do agree.
So it was on the right side.
Okay. And you want me to put a what?
Okay.
A dot. Okay. So that dot, Damon, what's next?
0.
0. Where's the 0? In the middle. What do you want me to do there? Put a dot. So here's the question. Which one is bigger? 0 or 1? 1. Okay. So if we're talking about writing them in order of smallest to greatest, is the 1 going to be greater or less than the 0? You told me just now it's bigger, right? So it's going to be greater. So as we're as we're ordering our numbers, that 0 is going to come before that 1, right? So we're going to need to put the -4, then the -2, then the 0, then the 1. And last but not least, Jamaica, pick us up. What number are we missing?
So, I don't know.
Of our original numbers, what's left?
3.
The 3. Where do you want the 3?
In the back of the positive side.
Good, on the positive side, all the farthest to the right, right? So as we write these, we can see, represented in our number line, the 3 is farthest to the right, so it's going to go last. Right? You clear on that? Okay, that -4 is farthest to the right, so it's going to go first. And then we just have to look and arrange. So the order on the number line is the same order that you're going to write from least to greatest. If it asks you to write these integers in order from the least to the greatest, you're going to go from the left of the number line to the right. Okay? We're good on that? Alright, alright. Arrange the following numbers in order from least to greatest. We're on example 2.2 at the bottom of page 7. 465. Damon, will you read those numbers to me? 465, what's next?
5, 4. Then 5, 4, 6. And 4, 5, 6. And 5, 4, 6, 4.
6, 4, 5, 6, 4?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so now we're going to do the same thing. We just won't be able to plot these numbers on the number line, right? Because there's no point in drawing our